How you doing, folks? It's Rich Goes, and this is Hard Knock News. I know you're all as frustrated as I am, and I know each and every day you people wake up, like me, you go probably to the Drudge Report, and you look to see if there's any indictments and arrests so that this nightmare that we all live through could start to be finally put to an end. It's crazy, guys. The amount of sedition and treason that these people are responsible for is endless. The names are endless. The list is too long to even try to go out and start naming all the people responsible that are involved on this whole crime, this whole syndicate that's involved. But we are in the fight for our lives in this country. These people are literally trying to implement communism into our country. Socialism is what they're trying to, they've indoctrinated so many of our kids. I mean, these kids all think that socialism is the way, the new way of the future. They really believe this, folks. Common Core, Common Core was the biggest enemy of this country that ever existed. Well, folks, there are so many politicians that are just finally being called out. I mean, you got to ask yourself, these people go in to serve their country, rightfully so. It should be that people go in serving as a congressman or a senator and they do 1 to 2 terms and that's it. See, people, term limits seriously need to be talked about. I know a lot of people have called for them, but there's not enough talk about it. Some of these people out there, like Nancy Pelosi, they've been out there 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Some of these people have served even longer, folks. They go in not so rich, and they're just filthy rich as the years go on. They get corrupted. These people, they're puppet masters, just dangle so sorts of different, ways to make cash in front of these people. It's incredibly stupid that we allow these people to keep serving, but we keep voting them in. But I realize we don't actually vote them in. That they use these old voter rolls and everything else. They use dead people and illegal aliens and everything else to get themselves reelected each time. We have to pay attention to all the voter rolls. We need to call for the voter rolls to be gone through and looked at. I know it's starting to happen in a lot of different places, but there's a big fight on it. In Pennsylvania, for instance, folks, they redistrict parts of Pennsylvania so that the advantage goes to the Democrats, to where the seats will more or less end up in the balance for the Democratic Party in the next elections. Folks, the 2018 elections are huge. And as Americans, you have to get out. You have to remind your friends, your family, and the people that you love to get out there and vote. No longer can we allow these liberal Democrats to go and talk their shit and just get reelected again. These people have to try to be called out on the carpet, and we have to try to defeat them, folks. The only way we're going to save our country is by putting people in there like me and you that really care about this country. And then we bring up term limits. It's just something that really needs to be talked about a lot more than what's being talked about. But here we go. We have another memo that's about to be released, guys, from Republicans. This Nunes, to me, is a national hero. You see the liberals are like MoveOn.org has raised 600,000 signatures to try to remove him from the panel that he's on. And it just goes to show that we're close to really exposing these people for what they are. So, folks, don't ever give up. Keep the fight going. And just, I believe that, Trump is really on top of this, and it's going to take time. It's so huge that you can't just bust it right open all at once. You have to make sure you have the evidence stacked up against these real evil people, and you really have dotted your I's and crossed your T's in order to get what we need done. I really pray that one of these days these people are going to be indicted. Treason and sedition will be the charges that's handed out. I really think that someone's on top of it, and you really have to, I say, if the Inspector General, his report's supposed to come out in March, guys. If the Inspector General's report comes out and it doesn't blow this shit wide open and it just continues to go on like it is, then we need to do something. But I say let's hold tight and let's see what the Inspector General's report talks about and take it from there. But until then, keep praying, guys, because these evil, corrupt politicians need to be called out and arrested once and for all. This nightmare has got to end. Our children are really counting on us to be out there fighting for their futures right now. And I won't give up until I know we've succeeded in turning around this country again. All right, guys, I love y'all. Have a good night.